So your teacher says you are writing a research paper. Do you know where to start? My advice is first come here to the library resources page. You'll find it under groups and library. And this is where you'll be able to access the library catalog, the self-checkout, Sora Digital Library, or get in touch with either of our librarians. The one page that you'll definitely want to bookmark is this topics page on the library. Here is where you're going to find all of the tips and tricks for research papers. You're going to find everything that we have access to, that we pay for subscription-wise, ebooks, audiobooks, journals, articles, all the things that you might need while you're researching. You'll find both nonfiction and fiction resources here. You'll find peer-reviewed journals as well as book reviews here. There is a ton of information and it's all organized and accessible for our students. If you don't know where to start, first, you want to make sure that you are following the age levels on this resource key. So it's color-coded, easy enough to follow, as well as it's organized by category. So the first things you're going to see are your tips and tricks. So if you've never written a research paper or it's been a long time, I highly recommend going into these tips for research. Maybe you need to know a little bit more about Turnitin or citations. Citations is going to be a big thing. Remember that just because you're putting together your own ideas, those ideas are being influenced and informed by other people. You'll come through and you'll see books. The most important part that I like is that the category of subjects. So say your history teacher says, we're doing a research paper. You don't know where to start. Come down here to where it says subjects, history resources. Jump into here. I have organized any of our databases, any of our access subscriptions that have to do with history into this category. Sometimes though, you might know, hey, I'm only writing an econ paper. I really want to know specifically something news related. So you might come down here to media and go into The Economist. You have access to that as an HB student. All these instructions on how to get access are within these links. And each individual database, newspaper, magazine, ebook access has a different format, but most of them participate in the same way. You'll go into the account, you'll sign in as an HB student, and you'll save things to your individual Google Drive. All of these places know that you are an HB student, but they don't know who you are as an HB individual. Everything resets on these databases. Please, please, please save it to something that has your name attached. We'll talk about that a little bit more later on. As you go through, you'll see encyclopedias, articles, databases, lots of different categories for you to jump in and different levels of information. So say you're talking about a subject that you're not really familiar with. You might want to go first into something that is for a lower level student. Kind of get an overview of what that is before you jump into maybe the scholarly academic articles. And like I said, there's a ton of things on here. You might want to go through and just see what's out there before you start researching. If you ever have any questions, you can reach out to any of the librarians, and we're happy to help you. Happy researching!